Welcome Libra to your monthly horoscope for September for the Sun or the Ascendant. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, I'd be honoured if you did so now. Please click or tap on the bell notification symbol. You can also join me at Twitter at Horoscope Ace, chat with me about astrology, or join Elisa and I for our daily astrology and tarot video show, which is proving really enjoyable. Please see the link beneath this video. You can also grab your free daily horoscope every single day, but get an overview of the astrological influence which dominates that day, and Elisa gives a more spiritual perspective. Now this month begins with the Sun and also Mercury in a more sheltered part of your situation. But this makes me think that maybe you're working a little bit behind the scenes on something that actually is very much to do with your future. And it could be that you're collaborating carefully with someone and this relationship started to evolve around about the middle of last month. And through to the middle of this month, that process can continue. But of course, this month does have the full moon on the 2nd. Is there a situation where actually you're being too self-sacrificing? I think this is something that's been a bit of a pattern for you since 2012, once Neptune moved into your 6th solar house. And actually, you may have enhanced yourself in a very beautiful way at times since then, in terms of investing in the support of other people. But there is a limit, and I think this full moon is calling out to you to perhaps reinforce your boundaries if you are putting a bit too much in, and someone else, and it could be an employer, it could be colleagues, it could be a partner around the domestic scene, is perhaps getting the better end of the wedge. And I think that now is a good time for you to just push back a little bit on the back of this full moon and assert your needs. Now, of course, Mars, the planet of passion, is in your opposite sign. He's going to be going into retrograde on the 9th, but all this month is squaring up with Saturn. When these two get together in more challenging aspects like this one, they are tension generating. It's almost like driving a car with the handbrake on. But Saturn's in the part of your situation to do with your emotions, your home, your family. If someone's being a bit too dominating around that part of your life, or perhaps you need to realign your relationship to your own emotions, especially if you are spending too much time being the people pleaser that you undoubtedly are, then this is a good opportunity to realign the balance. Again, it's all about balance for you. But we have a glorious event on the 5th. Mercury, the planet of communication, moves into your sign. And this is going to sweep away some anxieties that you've been experiencing. It's going to move you into the present. Things are going to speed up, Libra. You're going to feel much, much brighter. Also on the 6th, your ruler moves into the lovely Leo. Here, your personal interactions with others can be much more enchanted with the passage of Venus through the sign of Leo, and it can definitely be an opportunity to improve your interactions with group situations, to collaborate and cooperate perhaps through your work, or perhaps you're going to meet somebody new through a friend or a friend of a friend who can have a significant impact upon you in more of a romantic dimension. If you are already in a relationship, getting that better balance between what you give and take is clearly a theme throughout this time. But I think Venus moving into this area gives you enormous charm. And I think if you can socialise, and when you do socialise with that partner, even if it is just spending time together watching a movie, it's a great time to celebrate the things you have in common, not always be focused on the things that sometimes keep you apart. Now, on the 9th, Mars goes into that retrograde, as I say, but he's still generally very supportive for you through to the 6th of January next year, giving you more different assets to approach situations. And if you have found it hard to assert yourself in the past, he's giving you a bit more courage. But on the 10th, we do have a quarter moon in your sister air sign of Gemini. Now, there may be something that's working its way around your situation, and you could find yourself a little bit more sensitive than usual. If you know that, then it's going to help you to keep a sense of perspective. Don't feed the fire if someone's being a bit mischievous around gossip. Sometimes it's good just to turn the other cheek. Now, on the 13th, Jupiter, the planet of growth, of optimism, of travel, of knowledge, of spirituality, goes into forward motion after having tracked backwards for 4 months. This is wonderful. And of course, Jupiter is going to arrive in your sister air sign of Aquarius on the 20th of December, which is very exciting for you for the end of 2020 and for the whole of 2021. Generally, this is going to give you more self-confidence and more traction in whatever you feel passionate about. It is true that Mercury in your sign is going to be challenged by the tiny but influential Pluto from the 18th to the 23rd. A bit of a nitpicker could show their hand. Perhaps this is someone in your family who tends to be very punctilious and very much one for picking out what you're not quite doing right. But equally, you can be conscious of your own way of being and communicating, which of course is governed by Mercury, and the power of your ideas is governed by Pluto, but especially your emotional expression while it's in the cardinal sign of Capricorn, as it will be through to part of 2023, and then in 2024 it will be moving into Aquarius, which again I think you're going to be celebrating. Now, the most influential moment of the month could actually be the new moon, which occurs on the 17th. Ironically, it forges a very positive link to Saturn, and all that work that you're doing behind the scenes can actually start to give you a greater sense of foundations in your world and confidence about the structures. But you really come into the sunlight on the 22nd. It's the autumn equinox. It's your zodiac birthday. The zodiac itself is consistent of 4 wedges, if you like, and these quarters begin on each eclipse or each solstice. So this is a beginning of the new period, quarter 3, quadrant 3, as we say in astrology. So the cardinal sign of Libra, which you are, which is about leadership, you can really start to feel much more revved up, much more energized, and that's going to give you a lot of extra confidence. Also, Mercury moves into your sector of resources on the 27th, a great opportunity for you to start to see physical evidence of the hard work you've put in shaping up. On the 29th, Saturn ends its long retrograde. And again, he's going to be moving back into your sister air sign of Aquarius. He vacated on the 2nd of August, went there first this year, 22nd of March, moves back into Aquarius, 17th of December. But it's a sigh of relief for all of us, but particularly for you, because Saturn has been in your sector of emotion for the last 2.25 years, and by the end of this year it's going to be 2.5 years, and you'll be really delighted. You'll feel a shift of energy as this month draws to a close, especially with the sun in your sign. You're going to be feeling much more excited by all sorts of developments, but I think the trick of this month is finding the right balance between what you give, because you're a naturally attuned person to other people's needs, but also representing that proud cardinality of your sign, which means that you can be a sensational leader. And so as this month draws to a close, yes, embrace those people skills with Venus in the gorgeous Leo, but focus on your talents. If you'd like to ascend above your zodiac sign and embrace more serious astrology, please check out my affordable range of astrology reports below. Based on your time, date and place of birth, you can get 30% off a year's forecast and a character analysis, or you can choose to have a one-to-one with me. Please check out my personal testimonials below. But for now, stay safe, take care, good luck, and goodbye.